All right, we're about to have our final speaker of the day, and we're going to end it by hearing from Bill Weiland, which is something of a tradition now. Bill's the founder and CEO of Presence Marketing, and with his position as the largest independent natural foods distributor in the U.S., he's seen a lot of changes take place in the way products get started, reach the market, receive funding, and grow, both in the long term and very much in the short term. Bill and I have been talking a lot about what makes for a successful entrepreneur and leader. And I asked him to think about it for a while and come up with a talk about some of the universal skills that create a basis for leadership that's been sustainable across all manner of food and beverage business changes. Please welcome Bill Weiland.
Hello, everybody. I know many of you. I am Bill Weiland. I am founder, president, and CEO of Presence Marketing, also general partner in Bigger Ventures Investment Fund. Presence Marketing, we incorporated January of 1990. I've been in the industry for 39 years, been running Presence Marketing for 28 and a half years. I feel like we've got the second most recognizable swoosh in the business. Tenure matters. Here are some glamour shots from the early days. That upper right, strangely, where I'm wearing a Vikings hat, was in a karaoke bar in Idaho, and I had lost a bet. The bottom is just more shenanigans from circa 1995. The average tenure in the United States for CEOs is 5 years. I think, how is that possible when it's so abjectly enjoyable to be able to tell people what to do? I don't get it. But tenure really does matter. Here's a glamour shot of Presence Marketing. We have a national sales meeting in the Chicago suburbs once a year. It'll be coming up in several weeks, and actually about a month and a half. Time is irrelevant in my world, but this is a shot of several hundred of our teammates at last year's event. And no end in sight for me, guys, because the great thing about doing what you love to do is it all blends together. Literally, Monday might as well be Wednesday, might as well be Saturday for me. All days are great. I have lived that way for many, many years now. And I can tell you guys the important building blocks to create something special. First of all, you bring your vision to life before you jump in head first. Okay, that is not Chichen Itza. That is the swimming pool at my house in Chicago. We built a place to bring the community together. I was tired of traveling all over the country, so I hired staff, built this place affectionately termed the Billagio, and we host meetings and have gatherings at our place. We've had 600 such events in the last 3 years. Create goals and standards. Once you set that vision, this is a very important aspect. Fully commit. I know the definition of throwing all in. The industry was tiny when we got started in 1990. If I was in sales at the time for my company, if I sold 10 cases of potato chips, it was like a spinning high five moment, okay? There was no scaling. There was no scaling anything. So we didn't really make money for the first 8 years. I mean, we started to be productive. We were an agitator, a challenger brand in service, but we didn't really make money for 8 years. And I never considered getting a real job, never considered it. I woke up in year 9 in a pretty cool house, and I'm like, seriously, I can do this and live in a cool house and go on cool vacations? It was a great moment. But fully commit. Aim high. I never wake up in the morning and say, you know what? I'm going to be good today. Never happens. If I make you a sandwich, it will dazzle you. Everything I do, I throw all in. I fully commit. I have my own math equation. I just made that up. It's not science. But I say 1 in 10 is great, 1 in 100 is world class. Think about it. That could apply to retail stores, restaurants, friends. But I like ratios like that. I like math, even though I sucked at it in school. And then be prepared for anything and everything. That's just a good life lesson. If the zombies are storming the compound, I'm not throwing the children to them and running, okay? I'm stabbing some eyeballs. Be prepared for anything and everything. Think about that. Some of that is just engineering that reality within yourself, having that toughness, having that experience, but that's a decision. And that's also having fantastic preparation for whatever your business pursuits are. Puts you in a position to be able to handle anything. Know your leverage points. That's me regaling the crowd with tales and making craft cocktails at my bar, my home bar, where we have a full-time mixologist, by the way. And know your leverage points. Provide unique product attributes. Jeff Kleinman had asked me recently, Bill, is there too much competition? Is it helping? I said, you know what, Jeff, there's sometimes just too much of a logjam where people are just coming out with another nut butter, just counting on maybe branding. Come on, man. Bring some unique product or attributes, or if you're a service provider, bring something unique to your endeavor. Deliver exceptional service. That's every day, all day. Anyone who knows me will tell you that. I show up ready to serve in my life. I am a humanitarian. I am a friend. I am a father. I'm a boss. I treat everybody great. I provide opportunities for people. I put people in a position so that they can reach their full potential. And build a quality training program. We did not do that. We are in year 29 and we still talk a lot about training. If I were to look at our various departments, some we have great training, some we have middling training, and some we have so-so training. I suggest strongly to you guys, learn lessons from Coca-Cola, venturing emerging brands, General Mills, large consumer products goods companies, all those decades of history. These guys have world-class training programs. Build that in early so your people are ready to fight the good fight every day. Create a winning culture. More shenanigans at the Bellagio. My girlfriend Elma having a nice cocktail with some floating passion fruit ice during a meeting. But this is an engineered variable in a company. You start a new endeavor with 3 college buddies, and you got great culture, It's like Owen Wilson and the boys. Everything's great. But you have 12 people, you have 15, you have 20, 100, 500. Presence marketing is a job-creating machine. We have 500 full-time people, over 500. Culture is a manufactured variable. You set the example first by providing a solid foundation in your business, some of those building blocks we talked about, and then setting expectations. Expectations for everything, for work, how prepared you want your team to be, how you want people to conduct themselves. I mean, think about it. I've got a full-time mixologist, and I will never have an HR issue. That's almost impossible. You guys should try it sometime. Minimize drama. I call people, the gossipers, energy vampires. They will suck the life out of you. Someone shows up and they say to me and a friend, hey, we just got divorced. And someone next to me says, what happened? And I say, they got divorced. But who decided? I say, it's more complicated than that. I mean, be a friend. Let people tell their story. But man, I got to tell you, I am around people sometimes, and they will chirp incessantly negative stuff. High-level people, too. I'm telling people I love and admire who are successful business people. In your company, minimize drama. I call that shit out. I don't contribute to it. I root it out of the company. And then you engineer vitality. How do you engineer vitality? Some of it is hiring the right people, having the right kind of impassioned pursuit collectively, and understanding this. A company is a living, breathing entity. So think about a demarcation line in a company. Every action, every word either is vitalizing, creates energy, or devitalizing. It is that simple. So little things like we have no public reprimands. If you got to have it out with somebody, you're doing it behind closed doors. We say all voices are heard. I want people to feel like if they have something important to add to a conversation, they have the stage, and we want to hear it. So you can put yourself in that position to think as you build your business. Are my actions, are my decisions, are they designed to build vitality, or am I potentially draining life from people? Be authentic. Be who you are. Some people are extroverts, some people are introverts. It doesn't matter. You can be successful with all kinds of personalities. I got to tell you guys, while I am generally extrovert, I've engineered this persona because it helps presence marketing. You know what I want to do? I want to stay home, hang out with my girlfriend Alma and our 2 South Korean Pomeranians, and watch movies. That's what I want to do. But I do this, okay? I have engineered this persona. I have people stay overnight at my house 4 days every week. And I'm at the bar telling stories and doing business and playing ping pong till 2 in the morning, like 4 days a week. I've engineered that persona. Speak from the heart. But don't tweet. Come on, people, unless you're an influencer. You know, I mean, believe it or not, there's some people in leadership positions that think it's a good idea to tweet. But I swear to God, Rosie O'Donnell. Brian Naylor, my vice president, assures me, I say, Brian, I got a lot to say. Show me how to tweet. He tells me, Bill, bad news. The tweeting cloud is full. If you haven't already said a tweet, they're not letting any new users in. So I'm like, well, let me know when one opens up, because I got a lot to say. Be comfortable in your own skin. Be who you are. Be authentic. Just be yourself. You can have your own personality. I can get kind of wild. You know, it's okay. You know, I swear. I swear in presentations. Be comfortable in your own skin. As long as you are bringing value, I suggest you do your best work when you're talking from the heart. You learn a lot from movies. Wasn't it Owen Wilson in Wedding Crashers? Lead with passion, but keep your emotions in check. You understand the difference. It's like the difference between interjecting and interrupting, I like to tell people. But passion, all good, thumbs up. You know, bring fire, bring commitment, bring a stalwart attitude that, hey man, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do something big. You start getting emotional and you lose power. You do that too much in your business, it will not be good for you. There's a very clear difference between the two. That doesn't mean you can't be angry, it doesn't mean you can't have it out with people, but you have to keep your emotions in check. You have to be driven by passion and control your behavior. Inspire people. How do you do that? You do it by what you do first and foremost, what you say and what you do. People tell me who they are, I believe them. I tell people, like, I let people come to me, tell me who they are, and then show me who they are, and then I decide what space they hold in my life, okay? It's that simple. I don't judge, I love everybody, I have no enemies, but I make that decision. But I like to inspire people. Wake up every day doing good things, working hard, creating special situations, and being able to show people how to do it. And display confidence during turbulent times. We all know the captain goes down with a ship, right? There was that crash off the coast of Italy, you know, a year and a half ago. Captain was long gone, man. He's on a boat with a motor heading to sea and heading to shore. He's eating some pasta, watching this thing unfold. Terrible. You know, you got to display confidence during turbulent times. That's what people want. They look to the leader. You know, the storm is coming. What do? If you're like crying or wetting your pants, it's over, man. It's over. You got to be showing strength during turbulent times. And deliver that which is uncommon. That's just what we talked about, right? You don't wake up saying, hey, I want to be average today. It's a good day, I think I'll be average. I mean, do something special. I say to people, become an expert. You know, I don't have these great technical skills. You know, my iPad, I'll be having a challenge with it, and I'll call my IT. Hey, man, thing's not working. Did you try turning it on and off? I'll call you back if I need to. You know, I know what I'm good at, and I'm really friggin' good at it. It's this much stuff, and I'm really good at it. I am an expert. I have become an expert because I don't have too much stuff going on in my head. I surround myself with other experts. That's why we're so successful. You know, Rambo can do a lot of damage on his own, right? But a general leading the troops, that's where the real value is. I have a great team. That's what makes us special. Deliver that which is uncommon. Here to serve attitude. That's just more of the same, guys. Meaning, I wake up every day, I'm going to be nice to everybody, I'm going to serve my community, serve my family, just here to serve attitude. It sounds simple, but I got to tell you, people let stuff get in the way. You're tired, you're frustrated, you lose your natural rhythm. Sometimes you're not showing your best self. Internally and externally, meaning to your own people, your family, your employees, and to all your customers. Here to serve attitude every day. And then that all-in commitment. That's what we discussed before. That's what it takes. When I'm talking to young entrepreneurs, you know what the first thing I tell them is? Get a job. And then I wait for it, and then a few of them crack up, and then a couple of them are looking at me with like daggers, like, oh yeah? I say, look at that, man. I want some of that. You know, it's tough. My point is, what you're about to venture into is challenging. You know, it's why 80-something% of brands belly up in 2 years. It's tough. If you can handle that, don't get too attached to the fruits of your labor, man. If you're willing to do it and have it not fit your goals and pictures, and you still say, well, I'm going to go for it. If that's who you are, if you've got that kind of fabric, then you do it. If not, get a job, you know? It's safer and better that way. Take responsibility for everything, and I mean everything. So I have examples. I used to listen a lot. If there was a concern a client had, and I would go and talk to my team, and they would tell me stuff, it would be kind of like this. I'd have a brand say, 10 years ago maybe, hey, I started learning this, right? So they would say, hey, Bill, I got to tell you, man, your regions are great. I mean, you guys are doing a great job. Everybody's full of energy, extracting what they need from us. Except this one region, I kind of got to give them a push. I got to get after it with them. Can you help me out? Absolutely. So I call the leader of that region. I start to explain, hey, so-and-so's not happy. And they say, oh, my God, they're regional, doesn't know their ass from their elbow. They cut spend rate. And I say, whoa, hold on. I'm going to go get a baba and a blanket. I didn't know you were going to tell me a story. And they're like, okay, got it. I go, if what you're about to tell me are vital ingredients in our turnaround plan, I'm all ears. Otherwise, just fix it. And all right, got it. And then next thing I know, the brand calls me 10 days later, Bill, I don't know what you said, man, but these guys are all over it. See, that's just taking responsibility for everything. It makes it easy. It doesn't matter to me if they've got challenges on their side. I expect that. Isn't it better? Here's what I say. Put yourself in a position to do that by hiring accomplished people who have already built something. When you have that opportunity, I like giving people chances because if we didn't hire any new managers, we've got the final amount of managers we'll ever have in the world, right? So I like giving people new chances, but if you have the chance, hire people who are experienced. They generally do this. They take responsibility. And then put people in a position to be successful. Right person, right job, give them the requisite tools that they need to shine. And no blame storming sessions. He did it, she did it, they did it. I hate that stuff, man. How about let's just fix it? Isn't that better? Just say it. It feels better. Who cares? Just go out and make it happen. Utilize conscious language. Same situation. I know people who call it a problem. I call them the pass the panic guy or gal. Does nothing good. Creates a heat rush in people's stomach. Nothing positive. Another person might refer to it as a challenge. I'll take it. Mobilizing energy, let's get it done. I might walk in the room and say, hey guys, gather around. Got an opportunity here. You can see the look in people's eyes. Sometimes they're like, oh my God, I think he's talking about some shit going down, and he's calling it an opportunity. Conscious language. Use productive, solution-oriented words and phrases. Words, language, is actually our most powerful tool. So think about that. In our lives, language is our most powerful tool. So use conscious, effective, powerful, solution-oriented language. Your life will be better. Criticize constructively. I consider criticism the gift that keeps on giving. If you're going to work with me, you better have thick skin, because I'm coming for you. I never criticize to be negative, because then I would be an asshole. I don't do that. My criticism is always real, it's important, and I'm willing to deliver it. To that point, I say I'd rather be respected than loved in business. I'm willing to have people get mad at me, people not like me. Fortunately, I think I get a lot of both, but I'm willing to do what's best for presence marketing every day. I criticize or coach people up every single day of the year. And cut to the chase and don't sugarcoat it. People are grown-ups. They want to hear it. I don't say, hey, you know what? I mean, back when I was 35 and not 55, I might say, hey, you know what? We've been friends for a lot of years. I love your family. Things are really good. But, gee, this presentation. And now I'm just like, hey, you know what? The construct of that presentation was poor, and your delivery was worse. And then I just look at them. Guess what? The next presentation, fabulous. And the one after that, and the one after that. People appreciate that. I'm not a jerk, right? But I don't have to like hug it out every moment, okay? Separate personal and professional issues. Don't play favorites. If I've got persons A and B vying for one position, and I like person A more than I like person B, but person B is 10% more qualified, I will hire person B every single time. So it's the art of, you're going to have people in the business and in your company who like more than others. What you do socially with them and how you communicate, anything's great. Anything and everything's on the table. But don't play favorites. When it comes to making core decisions for your business, I got news for you. If I don't prefer somebody, because I like everybody basically, if I don't prefer somebody or we don't have the kind of chemistry I would prefer, maybe it's not them, maybe it's me. Who am I to judge? Big deal. Who cares? Make the best decision for your business. Communicate fearlessly and with purpose. I do that every day and with everything. Doesn't mean you have to be like, I'm on right now because I'm on stage and I'm trying to communicate a powerful message to help Jeff and the guys here and to maybe provide some keen insights that would be effective for you guys in your business endeavors. But, I'm relaxed. I say what's on my mind. I'm purposeful and fearless in my communication, friends, family, and business. Challenge your teammates. People do their best work between the hours of very busy and too much to do. True story. That's when you get the best out of people. Challenge them. If you need 10 people to do a job, you should have 10, but it's better to have 8 than 12. Challenge your people. Productivity and burnout cannot exist on the same plane. Another truism, right? Think about this. So if someone's frazzled, either they are not being effective in the way that they're managing their time or in their creative business endeavors. They're not being effective, and that's why it's draining their energy, or they simply have too much to do. They've been overloaded. I can quickly cut to the chase. I can meet with somebody who's in a position like this. I can be in their space, observe, ask a few questions, and I will immediately, within minutes, know if they just need a vacation and clean a couple things up in their organization and prioritization, or if I got to move something off their desk. Productivity and burnout cannot exist on the same plane. Very important to know that. And no crybaby zone. Listen, I might get a little sniffly once in a while during a sensitive moment in a movie, in which case I'll blame it on the air conditioning vent. But when the shit hits the fan, man, I got news for everybody here. I don't think it'll come to you guys with any big surprise, but I'm ready. I am ready for anything. I will take any issue to the wall, to the mat, with whatever is required to come to resolution. And that's with everything every day. So sometimes you don't have a strong wind at your back. I got news for you. I like the messy stuff. I'm drawn to it like a bug to the light. I love it. It makes me better. It makes our company better. And don't overstaff. We talked about that. 10 people for the job, have 8, don't have 12. We got a great team. We have 11 full-time people at our place in Chicago. And we probably could use 12 or 13, but these guys do a great job. That's Josue on the right, our full-time mixologist, and Carlos, our sous chef. And then higher pressure players, and avoid the temptation of always fixing things for people. I say let people feel the pain a little bit. Let them feel the pain. Let people do stuff, have some failure, not really reach their goal. Let them sit with that. If I've got something tough to say to someone and it's Friday afternoon, I don't wait till Monday morning. I tell them Friday afternoon. Let them deal with it. It's good for them. Make best decisions for the business and do so on a continual basis. That makes it easy for me. I don't get clouded by my, friendships. I have some great friends. I go on vacation with people in my company. I got great friends in my company. I don't get clouded by this. I make the best decision for presence marketing every single day. And build value every day. Whether you're building to sell or you're a long-term hold, makes no difference. You build value in your business every single day. Stay healthy. The reason I'm CEO at 55, 29 years, is I take care of myself. I do research. I've been studying longevity. I intermittent fast. I eat all clean food. And I surround myself with great people who lift my spirit, build me up. I'm strong. I feel good. I believe I will be working full-time when I'm 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. You can stop me anytime. Vegas just posted the line on me being CEO at over under 107.5. I'm going to work full-time my whole life. So whatever this stuff means to you, focus on wellness, develop a great, healthy stress response, transmutation, turning lead to gold. The same stimuli, 1,000 people, you realize you have various gradations, but 1,000 different responses. I say to people, man, what a bummer. Over these 29 years running Presence, I've developed world-class stress resolution skills, but I don't even get to use them because I don't even get the heat rush in my stomach. We might get fired by a brand that pays us millions of dollars in commission revenue because they were bought by a large company, like a consumer products goods company. a company we're not working with, we might do dinner that night. How was your day, Bill? Day was great. Talk it over. I might not even bring it up. I'm built for it now, guys. And we are built for it. 2008, 2009, the second Great Depression, presence marketing saved all the jobs, 0 layoffs. We didn't make any moves until 18 months into that clear economic abyss. And what we came out of it with was a 1-year salary freeze. We used to pay the entire premium for all of our employees, our hundreds of employees. We went to a cost share on insurance. That's how we came out of that, because we went into it tough as nails, prepared for anything. Do what you love and love what you do. You understand the difference. You start out doing what you love what you do. People use words like minutia and don't sweat the small stuff. And I'm all like, shut up. The small stuff is awesome. You don't build anything big unless you have attunement and love for the little details. They're hugely critical. I love them. There's me blowing a fireball at the bar. There's Pookie looking over my shoulder at a trend report, giving me some advice. She was saying that teacup Pomeranians are trending. And there's my girlfriend Alma getting Coco ready for a party. But do what you love and love what you do. Engage in passionate pursuits. Remember the little details. And on behalf of my entire family, my company, my confidant and spirit animal, Pookie, thank you guys for your attention and for being part of this wonderful community. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I think there's a ton of great leadership and life advice in there. We are out of time, and I only really, before we go to the expo and watch the live stream at the expo at home, I really only have one question for you.
Yes.
How do you set performance standards for a full-time mixologist?
Jeff, while I am making my 10-ingredient fermented apple shrub and apple brandy cocktail and putting 6 on the bar, I say, you know how I know I have a great life, everybody? Because I make drinks like this, and I'm the 3rd best mixologist at my house. How's that even possible? But it's true. So,
thanks very much.
All right,
we will see you all 9 a.m. tomorrow.